What is a hero? What is an icon? What does it mean to be the person others look to? Is a super someone who wears a cape? Or is it a common man that lets us grow? And even if it is the common man, how do we know the common man is right? Actions and consequences. Consequences and action. Two sides of a coin that affects us all today. The Boys, a story of action and consequences. There's so many real-life parallels it's hard for any to truly understand. The Boys tell the story of a world where superheroes are the commonplace, focusing upon our protagonist, Huey, a man who, through sheer gruesome coincidence, has his life plunged into darkness. Huey was a simple man, with a very simple goal in life, to marry his beloved. But, unfortunately for Huey, this gruesome, dark tale is based in a world of consequence. Huey's beloved is killed in a tragic accident involving a superhero, while the super, as the book calls them, was trying to perform a heroic deed. A tragic tale about the lapse of judgment that made consequences that shook the very foundation of this world. For the boys, we've shown many examples of the effect consequences have on our actions, how a simple act can destroy a man. The tale revolves around the protagonist, Huey, a team of terrorists as they are called, to try and get back at these supers. But there is but one instance in this book that I will be detailing. The instance Huey's tragedy truly came to fruition, where the lessons we can learn are most bad. But one other day for poor Huey. Long, dull, and repetitive. But there was one thing that made every day stick out like a sore thumb. One day that made every day so different. His beloved. He was obsessed with this girl. She was everything to him. The light in its darkness. And today was special. For today, he was gonna marry this girl. And would finally lift this dark veil that had plagued him every day. Oh, today was a good day indeed. You and his girl were walking on the road on the sidewalk, doing their usual laughing and sharing stories. That's when Huey knew. Now, he thought, now is the time I propose this woman, make everything right. And so he proposed, right there on the sidewalk. His dear Robin, as she was called, was elated, immediately saying yes. Together, Huey and Robin cheered and laughed. Robin immediately stepped off to the sidewalk. Well, they jump into a puddle she first saw. A final act of dirtying oneself before their love blossomed anew. Huey took Robin's arms in his own and sat there, staring at her. How was he so lucky, he thought, and then he blinked. And that, my dear listeners, is when tragedy struck. Suddenly, a man running the speed of a speeding bullet came crashing by, hitting Robin square in the side. The man went by the name A-Train, one of the most respected supers alive, respect for its speed. He killed Robin that day, blew her poor, poor body into tiny little bits of gore, splashing Huey, leaving nothing behind but two bloodied arms that Huey was holding. Consequences and actions. Actions and consequences. Two sides of a coin that affects us all today. Huey was devastated. His lover, his light, his shining diamond was dead in a matter of seconds. And A-Train didn't even stop to apologize, disappearing instantly around the corner. Later that same day, news came out about the tragedy that was Robin. As it turns out, A-Train was in a rush to save the world, and thus was so panicked and so stressed, he didn't realize his own speed. Nor did he have time to try and save the woman he already knew was dead. A-Train had no idea of the consequences that he put place on that day. The people he devastated, the things he put in place. Action, my dear listeners, and consequences. Where is justice? Where is care? Respect even? Gone. For a super. And not just any super, but one of the best was responsible. A tragedy that reflects on our own world. Ace Rain is an extreme example, but an example nonetheless. We are just like A-Train, superheroes to some, people who form the very foundation of the next generation. And that, my dear listeners, is the point of this tragic tale. It tells of action and consequences. We as teachers must always be aware of our actions and our consequences. This that will ensue. This tale a warning of what can happen when we don't realize our own ethics, our own code. We must always be aware of our actions and ensure we don't hurt those around us. For we are responsible the most for our actions as teachers. And through this, demonstrating we understand what it truly means to be a teacher. To demonstrate respect, justice, and yes, even care. For all these codes in their own way are shown in this short but tragic tale. Newton's law, in a sense. Every action has an opposite or equal reaction. This must always be remembered as teachers, for we are the supers, ladies and gentlemen. It is through our actions, our words, our very lives that consequences are made, and people either strive or plummet. Thank you for listening.